talking to lots of our dancers at the moment about how they can dance at home safely and effectively. And we thought, seeing as so many dancers are in the same boat, why not share those conversations a bit more broadly? Our key message really is that even though dancing at home can be challenging, it's also really worthwhile. Exercise is important for our physical fitness, of course, but it's important for our mental health too. People who exercise sleep better, concentrate better, and they're better able to manage stress and anxiety. Not bad outcomes in the current climate. However, doing anything that's new can be tricky. So we've put together 5 short videos to talk you through some of our top tips as to how you can dance at home really safely, and not just safely, but really effectively too. Today I'm talking to you about our home space, and I've got my 5 top tips to set up your home space really effectively. Number 1, the space itself. So you want a good amount of room around you. We recommend 2 meters in each direction. So 2 big steps in each direction, and make sure you're not running into a wall or a chair or a rug. You want it to be a reasonably quiet space, particularly if you're doing an online class or a Zoom session. Background noise can be really distracting. And speaking of IT, consider where in your house has the best Wi-Fi access. There's nothing worse than getting into the swing of a class and your computer keeps freezing up on you. Number 2, flooring. Now this is a biggie. You'll be used to at your dance studio, no doubt, dancing on some sort of a sprung floor. So it's important that you're aware of the fact that at home, your floor surface is unlikely to have the same amount of shock absorption that you're used to. If you're getting any discomfort through your shins, it's best getting this checked out with your physio, or having a rest from the more jumpy parts of your class, the allegro sections, while you let those bones recover. The other thing to remember about flooring is that thick carpets can be a tripping hazard, and conversely polished floors can be a slipping hazard, particularly if you're dancing on point. Aim for short carpet or floorboards that aren't too slippery. If you want to go the extra mile, you can actually purchase tarquette by the square metre, which is an overlay that you can place on your floorboards that gives you a bit of extra shock absorption. Number 3, clothing. What you would normally wear to your dance class is best. Loose clothing can catch. Make sure you tie your hair back and remove any jewellery. In terms of footwear, socks are really too slippery. Avoid dancing at home in those. And bare feet tend to stick on the floor, and because your toes aren't held together, often one of the toes separates and rolls under when you stick, and you can end up with toe joint sprains from that. Wear your ballet shoes or your jazz shoes. They've got the best combination of grip, and they allow for that smooth translation across your floor as well. Number 4, ventilation. It's really tempting as we head into these cooler winter months to switch a heater on and heat the room up before you start dancing. The thing about that is that we actually warm up our bodies really quickly when we start exercising, and pretty soon that room will become too hot, and it's hard to cool the room down once it's too hot. So switch off any heat sources. Ideally, if there's a window that you can open or a fan you can switch on halfway through the class, then that's an asset as well. And finally, number 5. If you're doing a ballet class, you'll need a barre or a barre substitute. Make sure that you avoid using bookcases that can easily tip. We've had injuries that way. Ideally, you want something that's about the height of your elbows, with your arms hanging by your side, and the back of a dining room chair usually works reasonably well. Don't stress too much if it's a little bit higher or a little bit lower than that. So that's it. Although this period of isolation is going to be temporary, it's likely to be with us for a while. And it's worth taking a moment to set up your home space really nicely so that it's one less barrier to exercising and to doing what you love at home, which is dancing. Enjoy dancing safely, and we'll talk next time.